Hello, I'm Dennis Bright. I'd like to welcome you to another segment of Bright Ranch Reining Horses. Today we're going to demonstrate how to hobble your young horse. A viewer had asked what's the best and safest way to do it. So I'm going to take you through two steps. One with Diamond, who's a young horse in our rope training program who's never been hobbled. Two, we're going to go from a rope hobble to a regular leather hobble. And then three, we're going to use one of our older ranch horses, Captain, and show you what a hobble broke horse should look like when he's hobbled. Hello, we're back here with Diamond, and we're going to play with her a little bit. I have a 1-inch cotton line. I'm just going to spend a moment getting her used to it. All these horses should be comfortable with ropes around them. And again, she's going to be a rope horse, so I'd really like her to be confident and comfortable with this rope. So I'm going to start off by just rubbing her with it, making sure she can handle the contact. You can see that's a little different. Now she had a back cinch on, and that grabbed her right there. She might be a little upset, but we think that just working with her for a couple minutes, she'll be able to realize there's no harm for her. So I'm just looking at her expression and telling her everything's fine. And then I'm just going to bring this rope around, let her look at it, reach around here. Now she's not a completely untrained horse, so I'm able to do some things with her on the ground that I might not do with a horse that I'm handling for the very first time. But what I want to demonstrate with this line is I'm going to come down here, just make sure she's comfortable with having a rope around her feet. And she seems to be taking it fairly well. Now I'm going to start again by just taking the rope on the off leg, and I'm going to create a couple twists between the right foot and the left foot. I'm going to snug that up. I'm going to take one more twist right there. Then I'm going to come back over here. I'm just going to tie this off in an overhand knot. Now, I've got a lot of extra rope out here, but I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm just going to let her feel this and see how she responds. I've got this rope out here I'm just going to kind of hang on to, because that way I've got one piece I can kind of help her with, and I can put a little pressure on it, and really I'm out of harm's way, hopefully. It's pretty good. It's kind of realizing that she's pretty limited as to how she can move her feet. And at the same time, I can create a little stimulus in terms of moving and pulling on the rope, snugging it up like this, loosening it, waving it around. Asking her to walk forward, which she is. And again, because it's a big soft rope, there's really no danger of her creating a rope burn on her pastern. And I can help her with a lead rope. That a girl. That's really nice. Good girl. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you know, obviously there's some thought process going on here, but she gets the idea that she's going to be a little limited. I'm going to pull on her again, just see if I can get her to move a little, one step at a time. Very nice. And I can still guide her, whoa, with my lead rope. Now do be careful about being in the flight path. If that horse jumps right at you, you want to stand off a little bit. I'm pretty happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is, again, I'm going to untie my line, and all I have to do is push this here and pull this out, and it'll come right off, just like this. Okay? An older Texas cowboy many years ago showed me that trick, and another one that we use on occasion is we'll actually hobble them on a long line like this and tie a slip knot to it so we can climb up in the saddle, and then when we're ready to take the hobbles off, we can just pull that line and it'll untie itself. Of course, sometimes the interesting results. But today, that's how I would introduce this 1-inch line to her. Make sure that they're comfortable with the rope around their body and around their feet. And then again, just simply remember to size up the rope and bring the short end and wrap it between the front legs, and then just tie it off with an overhand knot. Again, I have a knot at the end of my long line, and I can just kind of manipulate her foot one step at a time. Having a leader up on her head just helps me control her direction and make sure that if something does happen, I can help influence her and calm her down. So that's the first step. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to a leather hobble.